Just arriving in Omaha here at Eppley Airfield, Omaha, Nebraska. Big weekend here, about 35,000 investors expected to descend on Omaha. Every flight into here full for the Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting. Everyone wants to hear from Warren Buffett, especially this year. Friday evening about 4:30, just arriving. Let's head out. You know, it's so interesting. Everywhere you go here, you can't escape this man, Warren Buffett, there with his very good friend, Bill Gates. He spent most of his life here, still lives in the same house he's lived in for decades, really identifies with Nebraska. This is Warren Buffett town, especially this weekend.
Full-size DVD.
All right, so there aren't parties at every shareholder meeting, but here in Omaha, there certainly is at Florsheim's, which is a big jewelry store in downtown Omaha that Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway bought many years ago. Shareholders from around the world come here essentially to party and buy really expensive jewelry the night before the meeting. This is what I picked out, and you see shareholders of every age here picking out jewelry like this and much more expensive, and they get a big discount, about 30% off, right, Kathleen? A lot of pieces. And what did the shareholders just come here despite the recession and just spend?
You know what, I absolutely cannot disclose what they spend, but I will tell you it's very nice.
All right, we woke up at 4 a.m. Saturday morning. It's 5:12 a.m. We're on our way to the Quest Center in downtown Omaha, getting ready for a 6 a.m. interview with Warren Buffett, just going over questions last minute. We have about 6 or 7 minutes with Warren, so we have to get the most important questions in there first. We're debating what those are, getting ready for that, and ready for quite an experience. All right, heading into the press room right now. We're third in line. Warren Buffett gives 10 interviews this morning before the annual meeting. We're third. Final questions right here. We'll see if we even stick to them. We're going to have about 8 minutes with him, so important to get in those big questions on the economy, the recovery he sees, also talking about the new government programs, the risks involved. Everyone around the world wants to hear what he has to say about that, so let's head on in. The world wants to hear from you right now, and when we spoke in October, you called it an economic Pearl Harbor. Where do we stand now? Where is recovery at this point?
Well, it isn't Pearl Harbor anymore. We're in an economic war of sorts, but the situation has come along a long way since we talked in October. At that time, the financial system, shortly before that, middle of September, had been very close to a meltdown. I mean, it was a strike at the very heart of the American economic system. A lot of smart things were done then. I give great credit to the people that were working on the problem. I mean, getting in there and guaranteeing the commercial paper and the money market funds, and it brought stability to the system.
What you see behind me is the Quest Center, and it's about 4:30 here Central Time on Saturday. The Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting wrapped up about an hour and a half ago. As you can see, it's cleared out. There were 35,000 people in here.
We're editing here in the hotel room at night. It is 8:21, and let me tell you, there's nothing more I would like to be doing at 8:21 on a Sunday night after working the whole weekend than editing an interview with Charlie Munger. So I hope you all enjoy it. But he's being a good
sport about it.
So it's cool, and all kidding aside, it's pretty cool. It was a great, fascinating interview.
What surprised you most about this weekend?
How intense all the Buffett faithful are. You guys, you would think that it was a Bon Jovi concert or a 50 Cent concert where people were lining up for miles down the road. The last Fish concert where people were camping out and walking miles just to get to the event. It was that crazy to hear someone talk about finance.
This is my 8th Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting. My second with CNN, and this one was very intense. Record crowds, about 35,000 people, which is a record for them. And the people's support for Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger and their faith in Berkshire Hathaway is so unwavering. The shareholders worship these guys. They trust their life, their savings, their family savings with these individuals in this company, and they come here and they ask questions, they listen, and they buy Berkshire Hathaway subsidiary company clothing, insurance, knives, underwear. So it's a shopping shareholder extravaganza.
A lot of work heading back to New York now, and go out, but it's been an extraordinary weekend, and we definitely accomplished everything that we came here to do, learned a lot, and it's just an experience. It's an experience that you have to go through yourself. People tell you about it all the time, but